to episode 2, part 2 of the Clase Vodcast, culturally and linguistically diverse Mayan students in our Palm Beach County schools. I'm Jameson Stell. I work in the Department of Multicultural Education as an ESOL and World Languages Instructional Specialist. And I have the privilege today of introducing you to my friend and colleague, Maria Hernandez. Maria works in our multicultural education department as a social services facilitator and represents our Mayan team. She's quadrilingual. She speaks Canjobal, Acateco, Espanol, and English. Maria, welcome.
Yes, thanks for the opportunity that you are giving me today. I'm happy to be with you. Thanks for the opportunity. Like you say, my name is Maria Hernandez. I'm a social service facilitator for the Multicultural Department of Palm Beach School District. Gracias por darme la oportunidad de estar acá. Mi nombre es María Hernández, del Departamento Multicultural del Distrito Escolar de Palm Beach. Muy feliz de estar acá. Chica, skabila kulbe hamas anil, Ian María Hernández, hatu chimula yet of Departamento Multicultural, yet Distrito Escolar de Palm Beach, tetmula chibunan hatun facilitadora de servicios sociales. Kabila ule hamasanil hanta hachaya koti kanjobal hak al ian akateco.
Maria, how does your professional and personal story inspire the work that you do for successful outcomes with English language learners, particularly the culturally and linguistically diverse Mayan students you work with?
Again, like I say, my name is Maria Hernandez. I'm from Guatemala, from the Maya community. I speak Acateco and Canjobal. I came to this country when I was only 14. So today I'm working as a social service facilitator for the multicultural department in the school district of Palm Beach. This is my first years with the school district. I'm happy. I'm very happy to be here and being part of the Mayan team, which they are already doing a good job. So I'm part of them. So I'm happy to be a part of the Mayan team to make a difference in a life of a student. I was myself an ESL student when I came to this country. Like I say, I came when I was 14, but for economical reason, I didn't go to school immediately. Instead of going to school, I started working as a seamstress. So I did work in Los Angeles, where I came, Los Angeles, California. I started working as a seamstress when I was 14. Um, I wasn't happy, but situation is situation. So one of my sister asked my father after 3 years that why we don't go back to school. So my father gave us permission with one condition: to continue working part-time as a seamstress in the same manufacturing where I was working. So in Guatemala, I just finished sixth grade. I was about being my first 2 months in seventh grade when the Civil War started, so we had to leave our country. So coming into this country, went back to school when I was 17. I was placed in 10th grade because of my age. I was placed in 10th grade. It was so hard for me. I missed 3 years of school. So, like I say, it was hard, but it was not impossible. So, today, um, I talk to the students and I tell them, if I did it, you can do it. Learning English is not easy, but we can do it. Since we already have one language, since we already speak one language, and most of the students speak Spanish, so English we can make it. So I'm so when I talk to the students, and I always tell them, just do your part. Just do your part. If you're willing to do your part, you can make it. So my profession today, my profession helps me to bring hope, trust, and confidence to Mayan students, ensuring them there is no barrier to prevent them from continuing their education, no matter if you have to work, but go, continue. I help them to navigate the opportunity that this country offers to anybody, no matter what grade did you finish in your country, no matter if you go to school or not, you can start from here. You can start from the scratch, you can start from zero. So I'm here to help them. If they don't speak English or Spanish, if they just only speak Canjobal or Acateco, I'm here to help them. I'm not the only one. In the multicultural department, there are other Mayan um, translators. We have one in Mam and another one in Canjobal and Acateco. At the same time, we are here to help the parents. Concerning their education, we are here for them.
Lately, especially during this COVID-19 era, many people question and are seeking new ways to engage students. So, what do you think are some things that work best when engaging our culturally and linguistically diverse Mayan students in our classrooms? What can we do to meet their needs?
First of all, I think it is important to understand the background of the students in order to understand their needs. Most of the students, mostly the EL students, are 1 to 4 years behind their education when they come to this country. Maybe in their country they were in sixth grade, and because of their age, they have to be placed in the upper grade. And they have no idea what they are going through or what they are what's waiting for them. So the big change affect the student emotional feeling. So I think if the teachers understand a little bit more, they will um, they will understand that that student can do it, just that he needs more help. He needs more help. So I believe during those difficult times, it is important to approach students with extensive information about new way of taking classes. Why do we have to move virtual? Why are not going to the on-site to take classes? Explain them the reasons beyond or reached. Things will be different for a while. Provide them with equipment and personnel who are willing to help them with their problems, either inside the classroom or either with a subject or another matter. With the parents, I think continuing the virtual meeting really will help because we have been teaching parents how to log in into a virtual meeting. Today, for the COVID, we have to learn ourselves how to do the meetings. So now we have to teach the parents, we have to call them and explain them step by step how to log in. We have to do flyers, do videos like this one, show the parents, okay, you go here, you go there. So next day or such day, we have a meeting. We need to talk about your students. We need to teach you how to see if the student is taking classes or not. So continue those works. I think that's the way to help the parents. Like I'm saying, making calls, doing a video conference, with, with parents and students. Especially, we need to have someone for the student in Google Meet to help them with their homework. Since they cannot stay after school, they have to have somebody to trust to go in and say, I have a problem with this class. Would you help me? Or I don't understand. Can you explain me a little bit more? So those helps. That's what we need to do right now in those hard times, really difficult times with the COVID. Everything went like crazy. Went crazy, especially for the kids. I know some of the kids are still not taking classes. Are they just sitting home playing? So we have to reach them and explain them that yes, there are classes. You need a computer, you need the internet. I'm gonna get you one. I'm gonna talk to the school to provide you internet. So you need to be in class. All of those helps today they are necessary.
Your lens as a social service facilitator, how can administrators and teachers work together for the success of English language learners?
I think it's very important to seek help from the language facilitator to get the help to the students that don't speak English. Let's win their trust to be able to help them. If teachers and administrators reach out to the interpreters for assistance, it will make everyone's work easier and not to frustrate the kid or the students. Again, they are in a new country and they are not sure how they will be treated if they make a mistake. So we are here to help them. Again, maybe that student is scared to talk to the teacher or to the administrator, and he or she wants to talk to someone that speaks their own language. So we're here. Teachers should call us. Administrative staff should call us to be there if they need us. Every country has a different rules, so it's important to tell the kids to be okay. It's okay to be slow. It's okay to make mistakes because in this country we are here to learn. Our school is giving you the opportunities to take advantage of it. So working together, translator, interpreters, um, teachers, school staff, working together, um, we will make a change, a difference in a student's life.
Maria, I wonder if you could speak with our teachers for a minute. What can our teachers of culturally and linguistically diverse Mayan students do to ensure that these students have a voice in their classrooms, that they have a voice in their schools, and that what about their families as well? Can you talk to our teachers for a minute?
Yes, remember, like I said before, every student is different and rules in the country is different. So provide information in their own language, either by video or audio to help them understand rules, obligations, and responsibilities. Provide the teachers all the teachers all the information about interpreting and translation service at the district level so in case they need it, it's there. So remember, an interpreter, that's the voice of the student that doesn't speak English yet. It goes to the parents too. An interpreter, that's the voice of the parents at the school. So if the teacher needs to call the parents for a meeting, for a conference, please let us know. We're going to be there to make the work easier. So for the teacher and for the parents to understand what's going on with the student. Again, a lot of students that come from different countries, they bring their richness But if they are forgotten, they won't succeed in life. So we have to pay attention to be a little bit more patient because they are coming in a different situation. We don't know what is the background. So we have to understand again, ask ask us as we are the voice of those one that doesn't have the voice yet because every day they are learning the English. So for tomorrow they will be able to work for themselves. Teachers and school staff needs to apply the ESOL strategy to make sure Mayan students understand and comprehend the instruction that is given to them. Ask the student to speak through a interpreter. If one is available, it's gonna be there. Parents again, they can request a presence of an interpreter in any meeting, either with a teacher, with a counselor, with whoever concerning your kids' education. So for the teacher again, just give that opportunity to the student. Maybe he has been going through a lot of problems to come to this country, but academically maybe he is ready. Just give him his time so he will be ready with the help of the teachers, staff, and the translator. The work can be easy for the kid or for the student.
Well, thank you so much, Maria, for sharing your story. Thank you so much for the great work that you and the Mayan team are doing in our district to support our culturally and linguistically diverse students, our Mayan students, our English language learners. I know I learned a lot. I just hear so much in your experience that I imagine is common for so many of our students coming here at 14, working, and then going to school not until you were 17, and then being placed in 10th grade, and just the emotions that feelings that must have brought up for you, and working part-time while you were in school. I know that many of our students have that experience. As someone who's walked that road, that path, you really can be a guide to our students and to our families. And for those of us who haven't, to you really give us perspective on what some of the challenges that students might face, and how we can support them along the way in overcoming those challenges. You talked about the importance of believing in our students that they can do it, just as you did, with the appropriate supports in place, the importance of understanding their background, and really explaining to families, harnessing the resources that we have in our district and at our schools with interpreters and translators to communicate to families what are the expectations, how do they differ here than maybe in the country that or in the culture that our students are coming from, and really believing that students can, being the voice for them. For now, you said that we're the voice of those who don't have a voice yet, but those students are, as they begin to learn the language and become more comfortable in our schools and become more competent in their abilities, they will take that voice on for themselves. So thank you so much for sharing and really giving us perspective on how we can best serve the culturally and linguistically diverse Mayan students in our district.
Thank you to all of you for the invitation. Remember, I'm not the only one that works for the multicultural department. We are a team, a Mayan team. Right now, we are four people, a Mayan people that works. We speak Canjobal, Acateco, and Mam. So we are here to help. So, like I say, together, teachers, translators, administrators, if we work together, we were gonna make a difference in our students' lives. So again, thanks for the invitation, and I'm here to willing to work, and I'm here especially for all the students, not only for the Mayan students, for all of the students that need the help. So we're here to help them.
right. Now I have the pleasure of introducing you to Maria Gonzalez. Maria works as an ESOL coordinator at Lake Worth Middle School. Welcome, Maria.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. I just want to give you a little bit of a background on me. This is my 26th year working with the district and my 5th year working at Lake Worth Middle as the ESOL coordinator.
A wealth of experience. Awesome. So, how does your professional and personal story inspire the work that you do for successful outcomes for our ELs, particularly with the culturally and linguistically diverse Mayan students?
Well, first, let me give you a little bit of my personal story. In high school, I ended up getting a full academic scholarship. So, and I got to meet some of the donors that donated the money to the university that I attended. So they were alumni of the university. I attended Lynn University. So it gave me some insight as to giving back to the community because they were alumni and now they were giving back to future alumni. Possibly. So that gave me a little bit of perspective. Also, my family, they're from here, the United States, but background from South Texas, Mexican descent, and they always were migrant workers, farm workers, things like that. So I remember my mom always telling me that she never could finish school. In a whole school year, she never was attending the same school. She always had to change schools. Luckily, I didn't have that experience. That my mom, by then, we were well grounded, and I was able to attend the same elementary, middle, and high school. But definitely was very diverse for me because I was the only Hispanic in the schools that I attended because of where I lived. So that made me feel a little bit different. I didn't really feel the difference until my friends started asking me, "Oh, are you this or are you that?" And I went home and asked my mom, "Mom, am I African American or am I white?" Because my friends tell me this. But my mom says, "No, you're Hispanic." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's something different," because I didn't even realize it at the time. I didn't see it, but meanwhile, I liked all my friends that were African American descent and my friends that were Anglos, So anyway, that was a little bit of my upbringing and wanting to share that experience with you that I never saw the difference in anyone. And I still feel that way now. We have all walks of life that come into our schools, especially here in Palm Beach County, being like a melting pot. And I always want to help whichever family walks through the door. If I can help someone, I do it all the time. That's just, my mom always raised me, treat people the way you want to be treated. So I try to give my 100% all the time. Professionally, that's my, I feel that you get what you give. So I always feel that I have to give. And if I don't get back what I've given, it's okay. In time, I will get back what I feel that I've earned, So that's self-rewarding to me. And working with the students, it's very, how can I explain it? It's very rewarding to me working with the ESOL students because you literally see the lights go off in their responses as you're teaching them, as you're guiding them, as you're giving them knowledge, once they start getting the hang of things, the flow of things, how our system works here compared to their country and things like that. You literally, like I say, you can see the light go off and it's self-rewarding to me. That makes me feel good that I've helped someone. So that's why I've stuck to it for so long.
So lately, especially during the COVID-19 era, many people have questioned and sought to find new ways to engage students. So what do you think works best when engaging our culturally and linguistically diverse Mayan students in our classrooms, and how can we meet those students' needs?
Okay, so it definitely can be challenging, especially now during this pandemic that we're going through. In working with the Mayan students, I think that the best approach is speaking with them. I don't know if you want to call it like interviewing them, but I sit with our students, newly arrived students or students if they're coming from elementary into middle school, coming in as sixth graders, um, and chat with them. Have a small conversation with them. Um, Let them know that their education is important to you and you want them to succeed, that you're going to try to provide the tools that they need so that they can be successful in middle school. Um, I also feel that that technology is a big key for them, especially with the kids that we're doing distance learning. The parents are opting to do distance learning with technology. There's a lot technology-wise on the internet that you can do research on, things like that. A lot of times with the Mayan students, they come from so many different areas where there's so many different dialects, languages that they use, that it's important for us to acknowledge where they come from. Acknowledge that, oh, you speak Acateco, oh, so-and-so also speaks Acateco. Buddy them up with somebody. Let them know that there's someone else at our school like them. Like I said, building that relationship with them, assuring them that everything will be okay. Sometimes something new can be overwhelming for our students. And it's very important for them to feel comfortable and not scared, and know that we're there as a resource for them. And the district also has some personnel that speaks some of those Mayan dialects. So I reach out to them as well, and I always include them in our meetings, in our parent meetings, sometimes even in our parent conferences, our meetings at night, monthly meetings or things like that are going on. I try to reach out to them so that they're involved as well. And they've been wonderful. I've had some meetings over the Google Meets this school year, and they've been attending and translating for me and things like that. So that also makes them feel really good that someone knows their language and can communicate with them, and they're not forced to speak or just go through the Spanish route.
So from your lens as an ESOL coordinator, how can administrators and teachers work together for the success of English language learners?
My main thought on that is that by encouraging and motivating our ELLs, they can succeed in life. Sometimes it takes that they need to believe in themselves and know that other people believe in them, so that then they can apply themselves. Sometimes they feel, I know in speaking with a lot of the Mayan families at our schools, at our school, that they have 2 and 3 jobs. So, and the parents are not educated themselves. So they don't know how to help their child at home. So they leave it up to us. But I try to let them know that it's a big partnership, at the school, the administrators, the teachers, the leadership teams at the schools, like something that I'm on at my school. We're all one big team, along with the parents, encouraging and letting the students know that they can set goals and they can reach those goals, but it takes hard work to reach those goals and succeed in life.
So in your experience as an ESOL coordinator, what are some ways that we can ensure that our culturally and linguistically diverse Mayan students have a voice in our classrooms and our schools? And what about their families as well?
Well, I believe that there is a strong link between parent engagement and student success and student achievement. So, by empowering our students and families through knowledge, removing barriers that the families may feel are there, um, welcoming the students to school events, making sure that they understand what an essential role the parents play in their child's education and in their future, um, definitely can shape that student to be successful later on, at school and then later on in the future as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maria, for sharing about the great work that you're doing, that you have been doing for many years in our district, and also sharing about how your own story inspires that work. I think for me, it's an inspiration to many of us to remember that the privileges and the opportunities that we've had to pay those forward to the next generation, to be able to share those opportunities and experiences and that sort of access with students. And just from your own experience, realizing the importance of affirming the culture and the language of students that you work with, as you said, not knowing really how you fit in. Am I African American? Am I white? No, I'm something else, and that's an asset. There's a richness and a value there that, in the same way we can communicate with our students, that they're not the only Acateco speaker, they're not the only mom speaker. They're a part of a community, and then surrounding them with other students who have that same background, and recognizing that as an asset, and then using the chances that we have, to the interpreters that we have. This is something that was also echoed by our social service facilitators, using the district's resources to really communicate to families and to students what the expectations are, how they might be different, giving them access to the technology, especially in these times with COVID, and walking them through how to use that, and recognizing that parent engagement ultimately is crucial to student success, and teaching families that their students can be successful. This is how they can do it, and teaching students to believe that about themselves, to work hard to reach their goals in the same way that you worked hard to reach yours. So thank you so much.
Thank you, and I hope that my experiences and what I'm sharing here inspire other people as well to pay it forward. And I just want to thank the audience, and also thank the Multicultural Department, all of the team who was organizing all of this and getting our voices out there to share with everyone. Thank you again for the opportunity.